Hi, welcome to Coffee Break Tuesday with Pam. A small business owner, Sean, reached out to me and asked how to set up efficient and cohesive Martech stack for his company. That's a loaded question. So, in this video, I'll guide you through the thinking approach and break down three key steps that you can take to tackle this hairy issue. Yes, you can do this. All right. By the way, my Tuesday Coffee Break is a series that is syndicated to LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Right? If you miss this live stream, don't worry about it. You can always see the past recorded video and this one on Pam Didner YouTube channel. So check that out. And by the way, if you like the way I explain the approach or the key steps that you can take, please subscribe and comment below. And love to hear from you. So let me give you a little background about this specific question and also Shang, how this question came about. He and his two business partners sell an Irish dance music streaming application called Fesh. Yeah, I know it spells like Feis, but really pronounces Fesh. That just fascinates me. Their growth has been almost solely organic, with next to no marketing plan or data collection whatsoever. However, they recognize that the continuous growth hinges on the implementation of a Martech infrastructure. But the more Sean reads about various marketing technology, the more he's overwhelmed by the information. I don't blame him. Me too. When I started several years ago and I started trying to put a workflow together for my own consulting practice, I feel the same way as well. The more I read about the different kind of marketing technologies, the more confused I was. So by stroke of luck, he found me on the internet and scheduled a call with me. He wanted to know how to tackle the Martech stack. So here are the three elements I share with Sean, and I thought you might find them useful as well. Number one, Martech is inherently complicated. The best way to navigate is know exactly what you need to build, right? To do that, I told him to get together with his two partners, go to a pub, coffee shop, or wherever to have in depth conversations about the business objective and the marketing goals. It was important for them to hammer what they wanted to accomplish, how they try to measure their marketing success. You can't do marketing unless you have a good product first, and he knows that and he's building that. He will take care of that. The next is to craft the business objectives and goals accordingly. So once all three partners could agree on their business objectives and model, then they would need to determine which channels they would like to use to achieve their marketing outreach. Is it Facebook, email, Spotify, podcast advertising, whatever it may be? So here is one example I share with him. Was the goal to grow their Facebook community? Like I said, that's an example. Should they do Facebook ads to drive traffic to their community? Right? If that's the case, then Facebook is the main channel that he needs to focus on. Right? I told Sean there are many ways to reach out to potential customers. He would need to think through which specific channels he really wanted to use for his marketing outreach effort. Once you know that information, you can work backward to build your Martech specifically for those channels. In addition, he would need to know what customer data that he would like to collect and what success metrics he like to measure. Customer outreach channels, customer data collection, as well as success metrics will all guide him through the Martech stack process. If you know what you want, certainly you can self-filter out many Martech technologies that will not apply to you. You can also explain to vendors what you want to do and give them very good ideas how they can help you. You will realize that Martech stack isn't as intimidating as it seems. It doesn't mean it's not hard. It is still hard. It just means that now you know what to look for. Knowing your business objective, as well as marketing channels that you want to use and success metrics you are looking for, will go a long way to build your Martech stack. Does that make sense? All right. That's number one. Number two, know that it takes time and the money to build Martech. Here's another thing I share with Sean. Digital takes time to do right. Once you build the flow, you need to test to make sure it works. And 90% of the time, it doesn't work the first time. Oh, trust me, I tried many times. Also, the workflow needs to connect several systems through API integration or data migration. Oh, be aware that data may not migrate correctly or the API can break. When you try to connect different system and technology, suddenly everything becomes very fragile, right? Because once you connect different systems together, if something breaks, everything else will break. Okay. At the same time, technologies are not cheap. You need to set aside money and budget to build your Martech. There's no magic shortcut, unfortunately. I'm an individual consultant, and people are often shocked how much money I spend on technologies. But unfortunately, there's no other way around. Okay? All right, that's number two. Number three, pay media needs to be part of marketing strategy. So, this is a harsh reality for small businesses to grasp and understand. You can grow your business organically to some extent. However, at some point, you will hit the ceiling. If you need to grow, you need to do pay advertising, which means pay search, pay ads, or even pay sponsors. Paid is an essential part of marketing. The challenge is that you can't do pay effectively with just one-off campaigns or one-off effort. You cannot do, oh, I will do pay for a month, and next 6 months, you are not doing anything. Okay. The pay effort needs to be sustainable over time, right? And over long period of time, a lot of time. So marketing is a journey, it's not a sprint. I do marketing every day. Well, it can be an interview, right? A podcast interview I took on, or it can be a live video like what I'm doing right now, or as simple as writing a single LinkedIn post or a short tweet. All that effort is some sort of marketing outreach. The point is, marketing doesn't stop ever. People often ask me how much they should spend on paid. That is subject to discussion, but in general, it needs to be a decent amount to make an impact on whatever you are tracking. Let me give you one simple example. When you do pay, you will be able to calculate your cost per marketing lead or cost per acquisition. Say if you pay $3 per podcast download. Well, if you want to get 20,000 downloads, you kind of know you need about $60,000, right? Not cheap. So the lower you can get down in terms of the dollar cost per, the lower the total price tag will be. When I did a Facebook pay ads to promote my workshop several years ago, the conversion to purchase my workshop was $180. And I'm not talking about driving traffic to my website. I'm talking about the person actually register and pay for my workshop. I have to spend about $180. So if I wanted 50 attendees, you can easily calculate my projected promotion was about $9,000, right? So pay in general is not cheap. Organic referrals and the word of mouth are the best ways to get customers. But building your referrals and the word of mouth takes time. There's no other way around. It's, business in general is a long play, right? Once you start doing this, the project, once you start having customers, right? And that if they like your job, if they like what you deliver, and they will share, right? And that's referrals, and does take time to build that customer or clientele. So bring it back to Sean. We had a great conversation together. I gave him enough steps and ideas for him to think about what he needs to do next. If you are in the process building your Martech stack, let me know what your process is like. Is there overlap with what I have described, or is there's anything that's totally different? So, share that with me so we can learn from each other. Again, I hope you enjoyed today's coffee break. And don't forget to comment and subscribe below. And join me next time for a brand new topic. Take care. Bye.